When you're ready, get to skate. Start moving on one stroke to one. One stroke to one. Okay, yeah.
The best that you can start with is how did you hear about KO Combat's Academy?
So I was studying in Leeds, and in my last year I was doing a bit of work for like an agency, like a catering agency. So just like loads of random students would just be drawn in, and you'd go to events, like award shows, and you'd have to help out certain drinks, blah blah blah. And this is where I met a lad called Josh who trained at KO, and I told him I was going to move to London after uni. And he was a nice guy, man. He let me crash at his house when I was doing job interviews. And he was like, yeah, come try KO. He's like, you'll love Bill, you'll love the vibe, like a proper gym. And just come to the session when I had an interview and everything. I met Bill, and just like good vibes, innit? And that. I only needed one session. I was like, yeah, they train like proper here. Like you saw the vibe tonight. It's like everyone's, whether it's lower level or higher level, everyone's like focused, and I like that.
Then you go to lunge. Even if you get stood up, chin's tucked here, this is a barrier here. Let's say you come over like with an overhand, you have a chain. So I can drop straight here. Yeah, the ball comes here. But this is the main thing, is my chin sound. Overhand. Oh my God! You step into punch, I need to boom. Stop here. Back to rhythm. Move around a bit in between. Wait through. Yeah. Where else can I teach? Look, lift. Push out. From here, look, and he's hitting me. Or even if he hasn't hit me yet. Change guard. That makes sense. Do you have 3 goes? Wait for him. Don't be like this, look. Keep in rhythm. Rhythm.
How would you describe your coaching style? As you mentioned, I had a chance to observe you during your class, and I did notice you did have a big emphasis on balance, looking composed, not looking flustered. Can you just speak a bit more on that?
Yeah, man. Like that's just my bread and butter. It's just clean basics, looking good. It's pretty simple, right? If it looks good, it is good. In terms of like technique, and it's not just like the kick. It's like defenses and stance and rhythm. If you're even someone who if you come in and even if a beginner come in and saw someone really good, like a pro fighter shadow boxing, you can look at them and just go, they're good, right? You don't have to explain it, you can just see it. And I think that's what I try and push is you need to have rhythm and balance and good technique. And if you've got all that stuff, and like you said, if you remain calm, right? You've got to be calm. Then all that can be pieced together a lot easier. If you're flustered and angry or scared or trying too hard and you get tired, then all that stuff falls out the window. So it's like a circle, and it all goes together. You're calm, you've got technique, you've got balance, everything will come together,
So what would you say are the 3 maybe core principles or skill sets that you try to instill in anyone who attends one of your classes?
Without sounding like a broken record, one is just shape, balance, rhythm. So it's how do I stand, how do I move, and just always having that on my balance. Especially fighters, I'll be like, if you've got balance, what's your excuse? If you've got balance, you can make you can make the right decision. You know, if I need to move, strike, defend. If you haven't got balance, you can make the right decision and it will go wrong. You know, like, oh, I'm going to throw a cross, but if your technique's all off, that's when you get your legs swept or blah blah blah. You know, you can still have perfect technique and get counted or whatever. But yeah, just shape, balance, rhythm, and to be honest, so it's not even like 3 points. I guess that's free in itself, but it's like balance and clean strikes, like clean basics. You know, learning the flashy stuff is cool, and like I use the analogy like building a house or a block of flats, right? Like you got to lay the foundations. You know, you don't lay the foundations on like a hot tub and light with mirrors and then build everything. Do you know what I mean? You need to like just get everything sorted first, and then lay your foundations. You can add the flashy stuff later. Like, why on earth would you try and land a spinning elbow when you can't jab? You know, good balance, good shape, good rhythm, clean strikes, clean defences, blocking kicks, mate. You go around England, go around a lot of gyms, they don't know how to put. My students would laugh, but even my lot, mate, loads of them can't block kicks. I scream at them, like, how are you not blocking kicks? Like, stop eating kicks. Like, you've got to have clean defence, clean strike, good balance. In fact, to summarise it, it's true. Clean strike, clean defence, good balance.
This hand stays upward, down the middle. This one is up to you. With long knees, I like to just, if it gets a bit close, you can push. This is there to grab the head, but it's also just a barrier. Keep you safe. Yeah, I'm weighing, rhythm, work, shake. Remember, heel out, point the toes, got to look good, right? Drive up.
What are some of the benefits that you can get from doing Muay Thai? Not just being a fighter, but just training, whether it be the discipline involved in it, the healthy eating, getting to a regular routine.
I always say in the gym, I'm like, because people can be hard on themselves, right? They get into it and they start developing and they can feel really bad, like, oh, I got hit today or I'm feeling tired. And I say to people, I'm like, look, 99% of places are just train for fun. You know, if you take any gym, you take everyone, put them in a group, you know, there's only like 1 to 5% that are fighters, do you know what I mean? Like, and not everyone needs to be a fighter. But the beauty of it is that if you get really stuck in, you take the lessons, you know, all the values, and something that I'm always saying in the gym, I'm like, you know, we all start for like basic surface level reasons. I want to get fit, I need a hobby, maybe learn self-defense, and like, if you peel those things back, they're quite ego motivated. If you think about it, I want to look good, I want to feel good, I want to feel tough, But like, that's actually just surface level. When you get proper stuck in, you know, it's all the other stuff, which is good, like embracing the challenge and the hard work. And I think, you know, learning a good work ethic, learning things like respect, just discipline, accountability, like it's quite it's quite a lonely game if you actually think about it. It's like you got to turn up, and it's not a team sport. Do you know what I mean? Like as much as it is like working with others. You know, I used to play footy when I'm younger, and you could have a bad day, but thank God so and so at the front is on point. We scored 3 goals, happy days, blah blah blah. Whereas here, you know, if you've got a bad day at the office, you can go home feeling like a piece of shit. You know, so yeah, I think the fitness and the feeling good is just like, for me, it's like the tip of the iceberg. It's everything else you get. It's like character building. You know, you get. I think I said to you before, like. You can get, I see it as like people are like flames. You can get people, their flames like dwindling out, you know, lack confidence, anxious, you know, insecure, and blah blah. And the flame, training like fans their flame, it builds them up, they grow confidence, blah blah blah. And you get like nutters as well, and their flames just off, and like they get humbled. You know, you've probably seen it before, where you get people who think they're hard. They'll judge, and a good thing I like is like prejudice. Like that's one thing you learn real quick. You can't judge a book by its cover. Like I've had it before where you get like someone thinks they're hard, or you know, like a romance, or could get partnered up with. You know, it could be a girl. You know how it is. People can be sexist, mate. Like they're with a woman and they think, oh, I've got to go live, and the woman would go, it's clock them, and they're like, oh shit, like, or you know, this like big looking tough guy will go with someone who looks a bit like nerdy or whatever, like quite scrawny, but he's a savage, mate, like, you know, and he'll just beat him up, and you see him walk away, just be like, I got humbled today, innit? So yeah, gone off point a bit, but I just think like, I've always said to people, it doesn't matter what your problem is, and you won't even know what your problem is sometimes, you'll just come because you want to get fit, but even like deeper problems, they get solved through training, you know. I think it's it just does everything. That's the beauty of it.